Hey everybody, it's Killjoy
General Mills.
from T6 Pack, and we wanted to do a quick video on the Odin Innovation Speed Loader. It's yours, so you're taking it away.
All right. Well, first we did another video on all the speed loaders that we have. We have a KWA, we have Elite Force SL14, the Odin, and we had 7 magazines. We tested them all out using the same BBs, the Elite Force BBs. So test was standard among all of them, and the times were amazing. This ended up coming around 5:10.
Yep.
5 minutes 10 seconds to load 7 mags. This one was 4:08, 4 minutes 8 seconds, and then this was 1 minute and 16 seconds.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, it blew all 7 mags away pretty quickly.
That's Rockhound. That's Rockhound behind
Yeah,
the
Rockhound's behind the camera. He's writing our script.
I got this little plastic billboard right behind it. So like, problem is Killjoy can't read, so it's really pointless.
So anyway, one of the major things is the price point on this, which
Yep.
we were just talking about. I mean, what is this, $20 now?
Yep, 20, and it comes with the metal O-ring.
Yeah, metal nozzle
metal
now.
Nozzle now.
Uh,
That's 40.
This is 40, and then this is 50.
50.
And
Which comparing the two of them, $40 and $50 with
Yeah.
the time,
Yeah.
I'd rather spend the $10, the extra $10 and get the Odin.
and plus,
And that's
you,
just me right now. I am sold.
plus you could fit this in a smaller pouch in a backpack.
As opposed to this, where I see guys putting it in shotgun scabbards and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And probably another good point to say, even with the metal end cap here, it still breaks. Like I know guys go through these still, and they're as Rockhound put it before. I don't know if any of you guys heard it when we were doing the testing footage. It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade as opposed to the small pistol speed loader.
Just so you know, Mike, the test video is going to be separate. Or
Yeah.
we'll just tell everybody who's watching the test video. We have a test video
Yeah.
that we recorded with all the BBs, so if you want to check it out, you can check it out.
Yeah, so you can see the times and
it's
everything.
kind of funny too. We talk about some funny stuff. It's
Yeah.
more like a comedy special.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a comedy special. I would just,
Yeah.
just say it's just us lounging around and me
Yeah.
loading mags.
Like usually. But
So,
as opposed to this thing which I feel is a lot better built. It's got a much better build quality.
Yeah. It's got the crank
It's got
on the side here.
it's got a crank on the side.
It locks in the mags.
Yeah.
Show them how it works.
Yeah, go to specifics.
So basically, well, these are KWA KM 120 mags. You take this and make sure the nozzles are lined up correctly. Pop it in there. It locks in place the moment pushing it in there. And basically, there is a little arrow on here that tells you which way to crank it. Every crank is 12 BBs. So 12, 12, 12. So about 10 cranks, it will fill this mag, as long as every BB fills every little space in the crank going around. So sometimes it might take a little bit longer if it skips BBs.
Nice thing is you can't overload the mag.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you can't overload the mag. This actually has a slip feature that when you get to the loading point, the crank will actually slip forward instead of overfilling the magazine.
Or getting stuck and breaking,
Yes.
which is also another really nice feature.
And it holds 1,200 rounds. Mags hold 120 rounds. So you can fill 10 magazines basically.
Is that thing covered at all under warranty?
I believe it is.
Yeah. Because I remember hearing something about that thing under warranty.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. And for those of you guys that know, like, when it comes to the speed loaders, I always feel like that's the one piece of equipment I always go through. Like, that breaks on me, or that's something that also, like, goes.
I just end up losing them because they're so small.
Yeah, or...
I use the standard speed loaders because I
Yeah.
use an LM4, so I don't really care about spending a lot of time using the standard ones because
Yeah.
it fills up 100 rounds, and that's like 2.5 LM4 mags for me.
Yeah. But if I go through, like, all the stuff, like, all of the speed loaders and stuff that I got, and I know I personally bought 2 of these. Like, if you put all the price together from between the ones that I've lost, the ones that have been broken, and the ones that I had to, like, get extra just in case they would break, it's more than that anyway. And that's kind of seems like a one-and-done deal. Now, the downside to this, besides the price point, is it is mag restricted. So I don't know if they come out. I remember seeing on their Facebook page that they were coming out with adapters. Where say I bought the M4 one, basically what they would do, and I had an SR25, you would basically put an SR25 block on top of here, and then you would put your magazine into that, and just a longer canal. And they did the same thing for AK mags and other stuff. But I thought like I saw different versions of this. I don't know. I might have.
It probably would be better if they came out with different versions rather than coming out with one thing and then an adapter, because that way you would spend, if you have AKs and you have nothing but AKs,
yeah,
you just get the AK version,
and
then you only have to spend $50 once. Whereas if you have like whereas if you have an AK and they only have an M4 version and you have to buy an adapter, then that's like another like $60 or something like that total, because you have to buy the adapter with this thing.
Yeah, I think they're doing both. Because I've seen adapters, and then I've seen them come in different forms.
I mean, it would be a good idea to come out with adapters anyway, because, like, for example, we could have, like, one for the team.
Yeah.
Or, like, something like, or, like, if you're like me and you own a bunch of different guns, or, like, any of us.
Yeah.
If you have an AK and an M4, you want to get the M4 with the AK adapter.
Yeah.
Or the M4 with the S25 adapter. That was my phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll silence now.
So again, if that's something you guys got to look more into. Again, we only have the M4 one in their hands, and like whenever we go over anything and talk about anything, guys, we only talk about the one that we have available to us. I can't talk about the other 10, 50,000 of these that are on the market.
I didn't even know they had a bunch of different versions of it.
But I saw it. That was a long time ago, though. That was when they first announced this at SHOT Show.
Oh, so they haven't released adapters and stuff like that.
I saw pictures of the adapters. That was pretty much it.
That was like the prototype when they were talking about it at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Because I know when they showed it in SHOT Show, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Was it metal?
I think inside.
Or was it polymer?
It's mostly
No,
polymer.
at SHOT Show.
Oh, yeah. Like, I remember the wheel was metal. Like, the whole thing was metal.
Yeah, it was a prototype. Prototypes are always usually a little better.
But pretty much how it went down was that after that I went onto the Facebook page and I did see adapters. Like, they showed an SR25 adapter. So,
all right, so they have all this stuff on their Facebook page. So go check out their Facebook page.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, they're going to also do regular versions, too. So, like, because it doesn't make sense for them just to sell an M4 version and then you got to buy an adapter for it. So I'm sure they're also going to make AK versions and MP5 versions and all the other.
That'd be cool
stuff too.
Especially if they make the size relative to the adapter.
Yeah.
Like if they make an MP5 version, which is kind of like the same size as MP5 mags, that way it matches your other mags. Because if you have an MP5 chest rig, you don't want an M4 sized.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't be able to fit it.
Like a thicker MP5 or something like that. That'd be awesome.
That'd be interesting to have.
But yeah, no, I think it's absolutely awesome. I've been waiting forever for this thing to come out, and I'm so happy that it is.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not one for like these fancy speed loaders and stuff like that. Like I still use the standard one.
Yeah.
Even with my high cap ones.
He has this thing. But this is what I've been using forever. I know that's.
I never use any of that fancy stuff because I'm just like whatever. This works. I have like 3 of them, so I'll just fill all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like even I want to get that, which is saying something.
What about you? Anything else?
I'm glad I bought it.
Obvious.
You pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
You were psyched about that.
Where'd you pre-order from?
E-bike.
Okay.
Place that shall not be named.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I was like, because I always feel like pre-orders there. It's like.
Oh, it took a while.
But now the real question: is it immersive?
Yeah. Yeah. No. So this thing's awesome. I can't wait to get it. I really can't. Like I'm gonna get a double mag pouch just so I can fit this thing in. But like I said, guys, if you have any more questions or anything about adapters or other versions of this, please check out Odin Innovations Facebook page. I mean, that's what I saw, and I saw the adapters for it. I'm sure I can't see them just making adapters, because that'd be a very, very shrewd business practice, because it forces you to get what you don't need in order to buy another piece.
And then it just makes it bulkier.
Yeah, it just makes it bulkier because now you need this and the piece on top of it sticking out of your mag pouch.
I mean, it makes sense that they came out with an M4 one first because what do we see mostly on the fields anyway? M4s.
Exactly. So, like I said, I can't see them doing that. If they do have any other different versions, which I feel like I saw something saying that they do, I check out the page and it'll be awesome. I really hope that they do well with this, because I don't want to see this go away anytime soon.
Just the sheer fact that it actually did what it says it was going to do.
Yes.
Reduce your time significantly. I mean, you go from 5 minutes with a standard one. It probably would have been more like 10 minutes if you used a standard like 100-round speed loader like I use.
Yeah.
Then, so the KWA one like cuts that time down.
Yeah.
And then the Elite Force one, you don't really see much of an improvement from the KWA one.
Yeah, it's like a minute.
It's like you shave off really a minute. So it's like, do you want to spend $25 on the KWA one or $40 on that one, which is really only going to reduce your time by a minute compared to the KWA one.
And also, this is a giant shake weight, and I was tired by the end of filling 7 mags versus the KWA. I was not tired.
Well, I think we know what you need for Christmas next year.
Yeah. No, but seriously, and the other thing too is like this is something that, like I said in the last video that we did about this, I even said it. I was like, this is mostly for something that you do in the rest station. Like, you're not gonna like.
It's obnoxious to carry out in the field.
Yeah, like I see guys with their shotgun scabbards having it, bringing it out to the field. But
Who
like,
wants to buy a shotgun scabbard if you don't have one anyway?
Yeah.
Just so you can bring this out to the field.
Yeah, it's a waste.
And reload your mags. At that point, you might as well just stuff a couple of standard speed loaders and just reload your mags on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't need to be reloading all of your mags on the field.
Yeah.
At that point in time, especially if you have like 10, 120 round mags. Why would you be going through 1,000 rounds in a 40-minute game?
Yeah. I mean,
unless your gun is shooting 60 rounds a second and you literally are going through mag after mag after mag after mag.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way. I can't see myself doing that. But that's just me. That's my gameplay style. Well, everybody has their own gameplay style.
But Jerry, Rockhound he's the truck. So like whenever we go out to the field, he's the one that's carrying all the stuff and the load.
The dump truck.
The dump truck, yeah. Now you can actually he'd carry all the ammo and everything. Well, now everybody can carry this. Like, this isn't heavy at all. Like,
exactly. Now I don't need to be the dump truck that carries everybody's ammo.
Yeah. If everybody has one of these, there's 4 or 5 of us on the field, this thing holds 1,200 rounds. I mean, I can't see you going.
It'll easily hold this off, yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're covered.
I mean, that 1,200 rounds right there would be able to load all of your mags.
Yeah.
That loads 10 mags. That would load all of your mags and then some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be, you have all your mags loaded, plus a whole nother 7 mags.
Plus 3.
Plus...
It would be 10 extra mags if you were to fill it.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
But definitely great for fire support between guys. Hey,
if you have a 120 round mag, if you could have like the 170 round GMP mags.
Yeah.
But also now, what made a difference in the time though is we used a BB bottle to load all the speed loaders.
Oh yeah, that's another thing to mention.
That's the other thing, yeah.
Now, guys, this is something that you've seen us have on our Facebook page. You've seen us talk about it. I think we did the BB bottle video about it.
Mm-hmm.
I know, goddamn Elite Force.
In particular, this is the Elite Force one, yeah. We also use little Coca-Cola bottles. I mean, you could use any little bottles, like Sierra Mist, or, you could use seltzer water bottles. As long as it's a durable plastic bottle, you don't really want to use, the Poland Spring water bottles, because those things are very flimsy. You want to use something that was carbonated. So, if you don't drink soda, you can get some carbonated water or something like that. And those bottles are just thicker plastic. They're sturdier.
And thicker caps, too.
And they have thicker caps, unlike the Elite Force caps. Yeah. Usually what we do is we take the Elite Force caps, throw them straight in the garbage, and then replace it with a Coca-Cola bottle cap.
Yeah. Because even just the Poland Spring...
I'm a fatty and I like Coke.
When I went through doing that period of just trying to put them all in BB bottles, because I saw how awesome and effective this was, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not a fan of
to Elite Force's credit, that was a great innovation.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of. I'm basically not a huge fan of Elite Force BBs. It's just not my preference. We use other stuff. We have HPA, BioShot.
BioShot. Yeah.
So great other cool BB brands. It's not knocking. It's just what we
The 32s are pretty good for Milsim stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And so being able to just have a BB bottle. It's funny because one of the guys that we get BBs from that we use, I asked him why don't you do that, and he goes because he's very environmentally friendly. And that's a whole other argument to have, but he goes, it basically...
Well, they're supposed to be environmentally friendly to begin with.
Yes, which is a decent amount of art. Which basically, when it comes down to it, is he can make 100 bags with one of these bottles or something ridiculous, like he told me, and that's the reason why he doesn't use bottles, he uses more plastic. So I said, okay, so the best thing to do is when you get them, the first thing you do is you get your BBs. I remember our son Overich washed them. He was.
You can wash the BBs, but that's if you're sniping and you want to go for really long range stuff. It's because it removes the polish, so that the hop-up gets a better grip on it and it gives better stabilization. Because if the BBs are super polished, the theory goes, the hop-up rubber won't be able to get a good grip on the BB, and the BB slips past the bucking, so it doesn't give you consistency. Yeah, it'll still give the BB hop-up, but not super consistent. Yeah. So if you wash the BBs, especially heavyweight BBs, like if you're a sniper and you're shooting .4s or .43s, you want consistency more than anything because you want consistency in your follow-up shots. Yeah. So you want to know where that BB's going. By washing the BB, it gives you more consistency because the bucking is going to get as much a grip as possible on that BB. Yeah. If you're shooting, a regular M4, you don't really have to. It'll give you more consistency, but yeah, you have the ability of being able to 3-round burst or 5-round burst, or just go full auto. Yeah, that's the other thing. When you're using now is going to devolve in a completely different argument. When you have a full auto gun, you're actually more accurate if you use auto bursts rather than semi-auto.
Yeah.
Because semi-auto, there's too much variance in the BBs, so the BBs go flying left and right. You never really can be as consistent as if you use a 3-round burst where all those BBs are coming right. You got like what, 20 BBs a second.
Yeah.
So you have 3 BBs coming out in a fraction of a second. They're going to be more consistent than whatever you can do with your trigger finger.
Yeah.
Because they're following up one after another in a fraction of a second, so they're going to be more consistent.
Yeah. And so after, if you decide to go that route, we would then take it and immediately put it into bottles, and it was just so much easier. That, and I got sick and tired of cleaning up BBs in our bags and cars and trunks.
That's the other thing.
And like if you spill them, God forbid.
Or if you open it wrong, the little zip tie thing comes with split
it,
apart. It just rips out of the bag,
anymore.
So you can never close the BB bag again.
So that's the thing that we did was we just like got like I said, like any kind of like carbonated drink. Has a very solid, usually has thicker plastic because it needs to, and a thicker top. Those are the best things to do. Just make sure you clean them thoroughly. Don't just clean your Coke bottles once and put them in, because if there's any syrup on that...
Soap and water.
Yeah, just soap and water. And I know it sounds like a pain in the ass, guys, but we haven't ever had to worry about spill ever since then, and we're actually able to...
It's great, and you can just throw them in your trunk.
You can put them in your mag pouch, too. Like, you can put them inside your... They fit in taco pouches.
They fit great in a double mag pouch.
Yeah, in a double mag pouch, you can fit them right there. I mean, like, it just makes it so much easier on the field. So.
I mean, theoretically, it should be able to fit, because you can fit tornado grenades in a taco, so theoretically, those little Coke bottles should be able to fit. Yeah. Inside a taco pouch, it's just, I wouldn't want to stretch them out or anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's another good point. I see a lot of saw gunners starting to use that now, too. Because they'll literally be in a game, they'll go like this, they'll like push the top off real quick and just dump it right into their saw as they're shooting and laying down fire.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, kind of like old World War I where you had one guy shooting the other guy feeding ammo to the gun.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be great. You just lay down a saw, your buddy comes up with a 2-liter bottle of Coke, just throwing BBs in there, and you're just laying down fire.
Instead of getting like an extra drum or something like that, they're just getting these because it's quicker, it's lighter, and it's easier to put in their equipment, and then they just dump
theoretically, it's an infinite amount.
Yeah.
As long as you have BBs, you can keep feeding it.
So, that's interesting, but yeah, we always do this. We like railroad.
It's 17 minutes. We got 3 minutes left.
Anything else about this that I think this is one of the best innovations in airsoft in a long time? Anything else?
No. It's great.
You can paint it.
Yeah, you can paint it. That's another good thing too. Oh, that's actually a perfect example. Guys, if you ever paint anything, please make sure you take it apart completely and you protect the parts that screw together.
Let's not talk about this now.
Just saying, if you paint it,
this is how we go off on tangents like this.
If you paint stuff, and we know this now from working on platforms, and you don't protect your threads or the things that you're supposed to do before, like tape them off or whatever before you paint them, they can actually screw you up. So when putting them back together, or when having to take them apart, or anything like that. So if you do decide to paint this, make sure you protect all like your little like holes and everything.
Moving parts.
Protect that, and then paint it. Just a little tidbit for everyone to know. I think that's it. Before we go off on a tangent.
Protect your holes, guys.
Protect your holes. All the time, every time. Anything else?
Never leave your beaver unattended.
All right. Now,
literal beaver.
Drop your mags. Clear your barrels. We'll see you next time on the field.